Barnaby, during the 9 years, yes, thanks. During the 9 years of the coalition government,
yes,
did you try to get nuclear up in Australia?
all the time. And I could go through.
Why didn't it happen?
Because they say, oh, the polling doesn't agree with
Who
it.
said that?
But you were the Deputy Prime Minister.
Scott Morrison said that to you.
Absolutely, 100%.
He said that the polling didn't support.
That's correct.
Yeah, and so it didn't go ahead.
Well, that's
because the government you were a part of wasn't willing to take on that fight.
And we've continued fighting, and now the opposition is taking it on. That's what happens in politics. You just fight, and then you finally get there, and we're there. But of course, I mean, listen, if it was so dear, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we just remove the prohibitions so you can build them if you want to? And then the market would say, oh, it's ridiculous. CSIRO's got a report, says you can't do it. But they've still got the prohibitions in place. You know why? Because they actually know it works.
But notwithstanding that, even if you remove the prohibition, you can't deliver it for 20 years. That's not going to help people today.
The prohibition.
But it's not going to help people today.
Why can't you remove the prohibition?
You're the politician. I'm not a politician.
You brought it in.
I'm the independent chair of the Climate Authority.
The independent chair
of you to do those things.
The independent chair of Chris Barr.
Up to you to do those things, Barnaby.
The opposition's plan is not for the market.
Manly being the independent ref.
The opposition's proposal is not for the market to build nuclear. It's for the government to build nuclear, for the taxpayer to build nuclear.
Remove the prohibitions. And then we can have an honest debate.
So in 20 years' time, that'll be great, Barnaby. But we need to help people today with cost of living pressures, and that's why we need to get on with building things that are available that we know will put downward pressure on prices.
The price is going up, not down.
It doesn't matter what you say, Barnaby. It's not helping people with cost of living today.
Of course, it doesn't matter what I say.
We need to get new generation built now. We can't wait.
Of course, it doesn't matter what I say, Matt.
But we can't wait, Barnaby.
The facts are the price is going through the roof. Is there one person in this room who thinks the price of electricity is going down?
Barnaby, when we started, you were telling us about how the renewables rollout is the most divisive issue in regional Australia.
Absolutely, 100%.
When the coalition announced its nuclear proposal, did it do enough consultation with the 7 communities before it made that announcement?
Well, I've been going into places such as Muswellbrook continually, okay, and and it's not only me; it's Newcastle Herald. I suppose that's maybe competition. I don't know, is that in your stable?
Not today, it's not.
Okay. They've done polling on the area. It's actually in support of nuclear power. What you have is people who had black rocks that used to boil water, create steam and turn a turbine, and they're very power literate. And so now we've got a different rock that boils water, creates steam and turns a turbine. The electricians get their jobs back, the boilermakers get their jobs back, the fitters and turners make their jobs back. We can use the centralised spot that we can use the existing transmission lines, not a whole swathe of new transmission trash all over the countryside, to form a power that globally just doesn't work.
Well, that might be great in 20 years, Barnaby, but we've got to deal with cost of living.
So we're going to wreck the place for the next 20 years.
No, we need to
create
get new supply into the system to put downward pressure on bills. Helping more supply and lower bills means families are better off, businesses are better off, and our country is better off. Barnaby's got a plan for 20 years. Good luck. We need to help people now, and that's why we need to get on with the job and support our economy now.
You're hurting people. You have communities at each other's throats.
But you have no plan to help people now, Barnaby, when they need it.
Even the Labor Party is keeping a raring open. We've got a plan to transition to nuclear. We've got a plan to use the existing.
Should more coal-fired power stations stay open for longer?
I think that it's not only should they are, and it's under the Labor Party that they are. Why? It's called reality. It mugs you, and this is what's happening. This intermittent power. We're going to run Australia on 82% intermittent.
Let's talk about the reality.
2030. I mean,
these coal-fired power stations,
what planet are we on?
Even if you try and extend them, it doesn't make them more reliable. They are not going to survive for the 20 years that Barnaby's saying we can wait till new technology comes in.
Seeing that so good, which nation on earth has run a modern economy? You can't run a full-time economy on part-time power.
No one's suggesting that, Barnaby. No one's suggesting that. What we're suggesting is we need more supply into the system right now to put downward pressure on bills, Barnaby. We seem to have a plan to delay building new supply and driving up power bills. That seems to be your plan.
You're accelerating a disaster, not delaying a plan.
We're accelerating putting downward pressure on power bills, Barnaby. That's what we're trying to do.
They're not putting downward pressure on power bills. It's going through the roof. I mean, do you get a power bill? Have you ever looked at it?
More supply means lower power bills. We need more supply into the system. They're the facts, Barnaby.
That's a talking point.
It's not a talking point.
Gentlemen, we are out of time. That was great. That was great. I almost didn't need to be here. I was redundant. So thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you both being here. It's obviously it's a heated issue, so to speak, but it's through having forums like this that we can make progress. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, mate.